Work the load so I can try to get back on. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay, it's pulling up, so give me about 2 minutes, Kevin.
Okay. All right. Bye.
Hey, Kevin?
Hey, Lakita, did you get the password and meeting ID?
I did. I got it.
Yeah, my bad. My email server's down on my Kevin@AmageUSA.net. So that's the problem. Everything's bouncing back. I have no idea what's going on.
Oh, no, no problem. But I've been having a problem. It's been going into my outbox. I've been having to resend it. But he got it. I got it up on his screen. So when he comes back he just finished one meeting. Run to the men's room and he'll be back.
Okay. All right. Bye. Hey, Greg.
Hey, Kevin. Hey, I'm heading towards Long Beach right now.
Okay. Okay. So it's what time is it now? It's 10:49. My plan is to be there at 11:45.
Okay. Whereabouts?
The same place where we always meet, by that Starbucks.
Atlantic and Carson?
Yes.
Okay, so 11:45. Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Bye-bye.
Okay, and I got the boxes as well.
Oh, okay. Great. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Keisha? Yeah, Lyle will be with us in a few
here.
minutes, man. It's my fault. My email server is down, so everything is bouncing back. But it bounces back into my bulk mailbox, so I don't know that they bounce back until I check my bulk mail back, because it doesn't say failure notice until I get to my, oh boy.
Are you using your Wi-Fi at home?
Huh?
You have a bag. Did you hear me, Kevin?
I got you now. Can you hear me?
Yeah, but you slightly have a drag. I don't know if you could switch to cell data or have your phone be a hotspot if it's a little bit better.
Okay, all right, let me, okay, I'm
You can
going,
do that while I'm on. You just switch your device.
right, because my Wi-Fi is bad, huh? My, okay, let me try.
Yes, yes.
All right. Okay, is that any better?
That's a little better, yeah.
Oh, boy, okay. All right,
No,
so
at least
Lyle,
you're not dragging as much. Yeah, you're not dragging as much.
Lyle will be with us momentarily. I sent the NDA
Okay.
to them, so they've acknowledged they got it. So he's just, he came in and
So
then,
was that you? Okay, that was theirs. Okay.
yeah, so he came in and he left back out until you came back on. So he said he'd be back within 5 minutes, and that was 3 minutes ago. So how much time
Okay.
we have? Because I know you have very limited time.
I'm good till about, what time is it now? I'm good till about noon.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna send you a couple of things in the chat room. Do you see that? UTC plug South.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay. I'm also gonna send you, I'll have to resend it to Lyle. He won't be able to see it until he gets on to the call. But open that link if you can.
Oh, I've seen the UTC. I can open on my thing.
Okay. So, and this other one I'm sending back. So, and click on this next link because this is one of the topics that I wanted to focus on. Here's Lyle now.
Okay.
Kevin,
Good morning, Lyle. I've got Keisha, you and I. We're the only three on the call. And good morning. I guess it's still, no, it's not morning there. It's almost noon.
Ah, cupcakes.
So,
1 second, guys.
Kevin, give me 1 second. 1 second. Let me tell the guys something real quick. Hey, guys. No.
okay. So, Keisha, the second link is regarding something called E-rate. Are you familiar with E-rate?
I don't believe so.
Okay,
There's a
so
CD route that goes with it. I need that.
E-rate,
All right. Thank you.
I'll discuss it.
All right.
Okay.
Hi,
Good
guys.
morning, good afternoon, sir.
Hi there.
I've got a hard stop at 11:30 my time. Keisha can go on until 12 noon. So if I have to drop off, I'm gonna leave the line open so you guys can continue to talk, okay? But my apologies, my apologies for the disconnects. My email server is down and everything's bouncing back. So again, we're here today, this morning, to talk literally about opportunities for you, Lyle, to move into LA County with some point of presence in areas that you can prioritize for us. So the thing that what we wanted to make sure we signed NDAs that we sent to Lakita, and we want you to, be full throat on the things that you can prioritize for us to try and start doing our due diligence on making sure that we hit and provide a landing strip for you.
Awesome. Awesome. That's what I'm looking forward to. This is, now, I want to come back over there. How you doing, my
Nice lab coat, by the way, man.
Yeah, I'm hard at it today, big guy. Yeah. Doing some things for EPA regarding our sterilizers.
Wow. So Keisha, let me know when you're. Yes, because one of the things that Lyle's done is he's videotaped the new manufacturing plant in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Okay.
And so without having to go through that, at least in the next half an hour, you guys may be able to do that on the back end of this call. Lyle, if you can, tell us what you've done in Oklahoma that could possibly be duplicated if you want to prioritize that in LA County.
Every bit of it can be duplicated. So let me start by saying about 3 months ago, we assembled our entire production line for the KN95s and the single-use masks. That line is now fully assembled in production. We've secured a state contract with the state of Oklahoma and a number of other hospitals. Because of how fast we were able to actually get manufacturing up and running in America, 2 other states, state of Georgia, and I'm in New Jersey. So that's why I was just coming back when I got on a call with you, Kevin, yesterday. New Jersey has also—
Hold on 1 second. I'm just looking for a notebook, so I realized I should take notes.
Certainly.
Oh, no, it's not closed. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, because I'm looking, hold on 1 second, because I forgot to charge the iPad last night, and I may have to go to Lyle, Kevin, send me the email to work. Let me just jump on that one.
Email at work? The work email?
Yes, send me the link to the work email, please.
Okay, all right.
I don't know why I forgot to charge this last night. And Lyle, one of the questions I'm going to have, well, I'm going to have 2 questions for you based on what you've said so far.
Yes,
you've got the plant up, you've already got the contracts. Which came first?
Well, the visitation from our governor came first.
Okay.
Yeah. So
that sounds ominous, but okay.
Yeah, governor of Oklahoma came down, could not believe it, was very upset with his staff because I had been trying to contact them for months.
But you had a facility already, so you've been reaching out to the staff, hey, I'm here, I want to help, and you got nothing.
Yeah, so he finally came over with the Secretary of State and the Secretary of Commerce.
Okay.
Sean Copeland. Actually, I just got off of the email with him. When they viewed the factory, they were enamored and upset because they had spent tremendous amounts of money on outsourcing,
Right. And you were doing locally. But help me. The factory that you used to do the production, you basically pivoted from something you were already making as opposed to building totally new.
So we originally had set up our factory to, both of our factories one was doing Bluetooth and audio devices, converted that factory into our sterilizer and our thermometer factory. So we started producing that piece of that line of equipment. And then on the surgical mask and the KN95 mask, we pivoted from having the equipment that we were using in China, making the masks and then sending them here.
Okay.
The cost was too crazy for shipping. So, and we tried to figure out if we could actually ship that entire production line into America, but it was too big to jump on a plane. So we had to re-engineer that, make it modular, and then reassemble it here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, which made us now an equipment manufacturer of the mask making equipment.
Okay, I'm switching over. Hold on.
Sure.
Okay, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Let me turn it up a little bit. Okay. So you were able to do that, and then you got a sole source contract with Oklahoma?
That's what we're at this point. I have a standard running agreement.
Mm-hmm.
1 second.
Okay.
This is Alexander. I can help you. How you doing, Mr. Bruce? I'm gonna have to give you a call back right after I get done with this conference call. I just didn't want to not answer your call. Okay.
Okay, no, I was gonna call Sean and see if I can get some time.
No, that's okay. That's okay. I'll call you back as soon as I'm done.
Okay, no problem.
Okay.
No problem.
All right. So yeah, they wanted to give me a contract for as much of our yield as I could produce. That would be
Right, so you wanted all your output.
yeah.
Okay.
So we agreed on 5 million a week. I mean, 5 million a month. And it could go up or it could go down. We'll see. But they said a minimum of 5 million so far. And we're just starting to run that right this minute. So tomorrow I'll be meeting with Secretary of Commerce, Sean Copeland. That was the email that he sent me. So we haven't received our first payment from him yet, but this is
This is government.
yeah.
So it's going to be slow. One of the reasons I was asking about the contract and the terms and conditions is because typically we can do a piggyback, or we could look at a piggyback. The challenge with that is yours is a throughput. In other words, everything that comes out is already spoken for with that state. So that would not work with any other government agency unless and I have to think about this, but unless you tied it to the throughput from a factory built in that state.
I built this factory in this state.
No, that I know, but I'm saying.
And I want to build it, and I want to build
another.
another one. Yeah, I want to build another one
Right.
in Los Angeles. That's what I want to do.
Right, and that's what we're trying to figure out is what that looks like.
Okay.
Do an output one, and I would suggest, so is Oklahoma the only governmental entity in the United States that you have any kind of contract with for mass?
Right now, we are going to be dealing with the state of Georgia, and right now we have the city of New Jersey.
A city in New Jersey or the state of New Jersey?
City and state of New Jersey. So it's Newark, New Jersey.
Okay, I was like, because
City of Newark in New Jersey. City of Newark, New Jersey.
Have you? What does your template look like? Is that what your legal team is drawing up, or is it
Yes,
what they're? Okay, I'd be curious, and I'm happy to help think it out with them. It'd be ideal if you came up with a template that you're okay with replicating and other governmental entities, because that makes it easier. Either they piggyback on or they mimic it. With the piggyback, then it's easier, but that just means they take the same terms and conditions. So with that being said, with the terms and conditions in Newark and with the state, is there the assumption in there that we will build a plant? You will
Yes.
take all of the output from this plant. We will build the plant at our cost in
Yes.
exchange for this.
Yes.
Okay.
So in Georgia, they're doing a land grant and building grant with a lot of tax incentives, right?
Yeah.
In New Jersey, it's a lot better than Georgia because they're doing cash
Oh, you
endowment.
Uh-huh.
They're doing a cash endowment. They're putting up an instrument for investors. If I needed to have investors, to incentivize the investor on a ratio of 10% of their investment refunded to them by the state. But that's only that's in the entire U.S. New York and New Jersey are that type of situation because they're doing it almost like an empowerment zone activity as well.
I was going to ask you, are you in an opportunity zone?
That's exactly what that is over there, right? So with that, it's that was tremendous. They also provided a building at $1 lease for 20 years. And
The state did.
the
or,
state
or the city. Okay.
No, well, the city did. The city of Newark did. It's a black mayor over there.
Right.
Yeah. So I think that was a sweet deal. Just left over there on Tuesday. I'll be back over there on next Thursday.
What does the city get? Do they get a discounted
Yeah,
cost or price point?
absolutely, absolutely.
Okay.
So the biggest difference is most of those cities or municipal governments was paying upward costs is extremely low. It's like less than $1 for these. On the surgical masks, people were purchasing those for almost $1 at one time. Right now, the cost is like 78 cents. We manufacture those masks less than 28 cents. So it's a tremendous cost. Wanting to do it is to secure their stockpile.
So you got the building lease for $1. You did the tenant improvements. You were able to take on investors who had opportunity zone funds to leverage. They invested,
Yes.
so they got a return, but they don't get any ownership.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
I like it. I would really like to, a couple of things. I want to be able to have you talk to two groups out here. One was Vermont Slauson. One, they have the building and they have the connections. And there's another group who may actually be able to assist with employees and connections as well. And looking at the landscape out here. I want to see which of your contractual agreements you like the best between New Jersey and Oklahoma, because that's the template that we want to be able to go in with. And I'm going to put this question out there. You two don't have to answer me now, but I need to understand, is this something we do directly with you, or are we going through Kevin? I don't understand.
No, you can do that directly with me. Kevin will be taken care of directly from our company.
Okay. I like it. I really do want to pursue it. Let me ask you another question. One day this will all be over. What else can that factory do? What else would you have come in and be manufactured?
And that's the overarching thing that we're excited about. We were always manufacturing consumer electronics, right? So, and it was our desire to bring and onboard all of our manufacturing assets that's in China. Currently, we still have 6 operations going on.
Mm-hmm.
We'd like to bring
back stateside.
Yeah. And right now, the air sterilizers and our air purifiers and the powered air masks that that people are kind of excited about are really a growth sector for us, because especially
Lyle is frozen, Kevin. Is he frozen for you too?
Small. Between the forest fire, between the fires, the smog,
Yes.
and the
The
light
impact of
industrial.
climate change? Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
So New Airs America is that company. I own that company as well. Notivani is electronics. New Airs America is all environmental products, and we build
All
sanitation products.
privately held by you.
Yes, ma'am.
You are top dog. We're going to talk about that too. Okay. I'm good. I think I have enough. Would you get me the rest of that so
Yes,
that we
ma'am.
can continue to have these conversations? But again, what's key for me, what do the other states have or offering that makes sense?
Yes,
And then
ma'am.
so we could set that up. You just tell me how I get to you so you respond. So when I say let's meet.
If you tell me, Alexander, I need you here on a certain day or at a certain time, I will be there. If you need to call me directly.
Okay. How do you want me to do that? How do you want me to contact you?
Awesome.
Yeah, because I've texted you before, I've emailed you. I don't think I've gotten a response. I need just a contact or I can continue to hunt Kevin down.
Oh, you don't have my phone number.
Right. One that you
Yeah.
respond to.
Got you.
Yeah.
I'll put that in right now. I'm sorry.
Okay. I just need something when I'm going to hunt you down. Yeah. Okay. How about we use a pen, Keisha? I will text you in a bit so you have mine. That's my personal. That's
Kevin. Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sending you guys some videos right now.
Okay.
I wanted to also bring up another potential solution that you could tackle is through Silo Cloud and whatever set-top boxes you guys have, broadband to schools, libraries, and to marginalized communities at a rate that people can afford. That is a big issue right now with prior to COVID and now especially because of COVID. We've got a whole group of people who are shut out in communication, education, as well as being able to get first responder information. So has anybody heard of E-Rate? I put a link in there, but E-Rate is something the FCC has set up as a way for schools, libraries, and some municipalities to get funding to bring in infrastructure and all kinds of services. So,
okay, I'm opening it up now.
But when I was dealing directly with AT&T as a community service organization, that's one of the biggest things they wanted me to tackle is E-Rate, because for their compliance, AT&T, they were one of the companies that had to do better in providing some leadership for E-Rate. So the AT&T, Verizon's, T-Mobile, Sprints are all a part of trying to get ahead of this thing. And it's probably one of the best kept secrets. Only certain school districts and municipalities who need it the most are applying for the money. So there's a lot of leadership need vacuum, but there's also
Agreed.
a lot of things that we can do to help LA County catch up to speed on what they can do to participate.
I'm hoping that you guys can create a file for all the stuff that I'm sending you right this minute, because this will be helpful in the future for your reference.
Okay. I'm downloading it here, then I'll get it off of this one later.
Awesome. And Kevin, yeah, I'm familiar with, of course, you know, I'm familiar with what you just spoke of. And I would like to be able to give Ms. Keisha access to Silo Cloud so that we can have, actually, me and Ms. Keisha can do this. Keisha, are you available tomorrow, today, tonight, where I can do a share with you?
Yes, I am available. I'm available today until I think around 1:30. Tomorrow we can make time.
Okay.
The only hard thing is I have a hairdresser appointment and it's time to get rid of the gray. And I ain't getting rid of that.
I got rid of mine.
Yeah, that's why my hair slicked out. Yes.
I know. No problem, my dear. No problem. Well, let's do it tomorrow before or after your hair appointment. Because
So we could do it tomorrow, early afternoon. I should be home by like 2.
okay.
So what is that? Where are you? 4 o'clock? 2 hours ahead?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, that one I don't have. Trying to make sure I had them all saved so I can find them. Open this one. Save. Save. So I imagine, Lyle, I should review all of this before we talk tomorrow.
Yeah. That's what
I could do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm looking for what we've done for the schools as well. We have a fogger that is. We were one of the first schools in the country to open, having the kids go into the classroom without having to wear a mask at all.
And do you have, because I know the first thing I as a parent would ask is, show me your data.
Yep, we absolutely do. So that's what I'm trying to get a lot of this stuff
Yeah.
packaged right now for you. 1 second. That's the demo. So the fogger or atomizer is what it's called. It uses a Soapbox antibacterial fog that is triggered by proximity. So when you put it in the door entrance,
And it senses someone.
yeah, it literally creates that big fog, like the athletes that run through a tunnel, right? It's very dry to a touch, so it's not a wet mist or anything. You don't have to worry about it irritating the skin because it has 0 irritant factors on.
What about breathing it in if you're sensitive or you're asthmatic? Okay.
Absolutely no harmful effect. In the scenarios that we've been faced with so far, there's tremendous unknowns still, right?
Right.
So that's what's in the front entrances of the school and a couple of the churches and banks that we're dealing with right now.
Okay.
Inside of every classroom is our sterilizer. And the sterilizers, I'll send you information on that so that you understand how that works.
So let me ask you for that.
Yeah.
You have contracts with the schools?
I have my first major school system, which is Christian Academy. It's a private school. It came on first. The public school systems are now watching what happens over there, and they're contacting us, but it's a different process with school boards than it is with
And that's why I'm asking. I'm thinking about LA Unified, but it's interesting you mentioned the the church-based school. I teach at church, except I haven't been back because they don't want the 4-year-olds where I teach to have to wear masks. And I'm like, I'm not comfortable with the babies all up in my face because I don't know where the parents been.
Fact.
But something like that. And it's also a school. And there are parents
So-
who are saying, I don't want baby back in.
Yep. So that's actually our right market at this point. So we literally built a PVC piping system around each little. They kind of put all the kids grouped 4 at I'm calling it a cubicle, but you know exactly what it is.
Yeah.
So there's a tube that pipes around that mist the antibacterial fog, and they love it when they start the day, and they fog them again when they're going out the classroom.
Okay. And then they come back in.
Yep. And as
Every time they come into an enclosed environment, they walk
That's it.
through the fogger. Okay.
Yep.
And
then
I had a question. Has this fog system been certified by anybody like FDA, or does it have to be?
No, the agent has to be. We're the tool that emits it, right? So
Right.
the instrument, we only needed a CE stamp, which we have.
And you don't, the agent itself, that's something you buy from someone.
So the agent
Oh.
itself is made here in Tulsa, Oklahoma,
Uh-huh.
and we white labeled that because we don't own that lab.
But it's been approved by someone.
Yes. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah,
'Cause
it's a
that's actually very
long-standing lab.
interesting too. You have a system theoretically that's agent neutral. You just
Yes.
have to, this is one that works for you, but if you've got a better one, but our process works.
Yes, absolutely. Because in the state of California, you have like 12 different chemical companies that all have great solutions of their own. We're really the instrument that emits it.
Right. And how's that marketing going?
I need people. I need more people. I can't
Yeah.
handle the calls. I'm telling you. So
I'm
that's
looking
why.
at just like you have a whole lot in your brain. My concern, honestly, for you is your bandwidth to implement everything. I'd lock you up in a room and let you be the mad scientist and build around you.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Oh,
that's my perfect world. Perfect world. All I want to do is the work that's on the back screen and in my
Uh-huh.
labs. All I want to do is build it.
I can
If
tell.
someone can, if you had a minority that you wanted me to kind of enable, I would do that in a heartbeat. They won't have to
We'll
do
continue to
anything
talk.
but
Yeah.
their customer, and yeah, I need it.
I know.
Oh man. Okay.
Kevin, you
And
started to
so,
say something?
you know,
no, well, I wanted to do a little bit of cross connection. The FCC license, I partitioned that conversation from you, Keisha, because it's got to take on another life of its own. But
Yep.
the areas
I'll
that
stay in my
there
lane.
may be some opening for you to think about, and we talked about this very early when we met, about what could LADWP do to be an outreach for information, well, not just information, but anything that could become actionable for workforce development, especially, that's not happening in the educational arena. And so the FCC license was something that I thought could become a vehicle or a throughput for that kind of information coming through to all of the communities, especially the ones in Vermont Slauson and other ones that are marginalized or left out of the normal equation when information is being shared. So what I really would like to do is to think about the FCC license or the capabilities of the license and a LAN or WAN being able to have a secure communication system for.
Look at this. So that you see, look at this, babe. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was looking for this. Look, this is the principal and the superintendent excited about fogging their place the first time. And hang on, let me, what happened here? So, I'm sorry, Kevin, I'm sorry. You see the PVC piping around the desk?
Yes.
So prior to the classroom taking place, that same unit he's pushing it around because it goes in a hallway. Each one of those little things are piped as well. So if he's not pushing it through the school, he takes it off the cart and one little simple plumbing connection, and now all of those desks can be fogged.
Okay.
It's crazy.
No, it's real. It's very interesting.
So I'm sending you that.
Okay.
I just put that in your. Kevin.
Yeah. No, so the last thing that I wanted to insert was this notion of connected campus or connected venues that need to be connected through some single narrative that someone could champion. And that's kind of what I want to do as a broker or as a promoter, promote that communication system that doesn't exist right now. And I'm kind
Absolutely.
of, I'm connected to two institutions in the state of California, but I'm looking at this more locally, the community colleges and the California State Universities. And this isn't a diversity and inclusion, this is for everybody. But when you talk about, you know, all the things you can do from a manufacturing operation, I'm looking at how many people could you actually train and potentially hire.
Well, Kevin, you know, with the 8 companies that we've given birth to, combined totals for workforce stimulation could lead into a number that looks like 1,600 new jobs in whatever market I go into, right? And if we broke this down, and listen, I really would appreciate it if you gave me a venue I've been asking for this, if you just have a place where I can come in and set up each one of my kiosks and then have standing room, 10-minute presentation of each one of these opportunities that's represented by the companies that we've given birth to, and then have that exhibit there for all of your follow-up meetings and what have you. If there was a space that we can actually just, a training room and that theater, it would make sense for the growth of all of this to actually be seated. Because at that point, you enable Keisha to go ahead and get into her Rolodex and actually map the right opportunity. Because on this end, we're the producer. So if they align themselves with that environmental products or the fashion industry, you know that all of those companies are running right now.
Right.
These need to be represented on the West Coast.
Well,
I started the entire business on the West Coast, and I now have no inkling of a breadcrumb gave birth to this company. I'm in middle America. I can't wait to get back to California. That said, my CFO lives there. He's a senior professor at San Diego State. You're there. We have Keisha there. We can financially support giving that forum at all of those areas of individuals that have a product would be speaking towards. We can address that. We can do a three-day forum, a full week. You just tell me when, and I'll pack up my semi trucks. I'll pack up a sampling of everything, because what's new to California is a company that actually has the stuff that they speak about. California is used to companies pitching concepts and ideas. And you know, I don't speak about anything that I can't plug in a wall or demonstrate.
Right.
So
right.
That changes everything.
Everything for me. I've got to go to a webinar that I have to actually moderate, and I'm late for.
Yes, sir.
What I'd like to do is start exactly there, because I want to be able to find out how to prioritize the perfect space, irrespective of COVID. If it's a physical space, a small studio, we can do social distancing. I'd like to figure out how I can actually give you a show place.
LADWP has a lot of places there, right?
Right. So that's where
the main lobby of LADWP. I can just shrink everything into a 2 foot by 2 foot cubicle with the products on each side. I would probably do 6 of them, right? That'll be 6 foot tall. And we can go there, let people review it at their leisure, and then we can have video conference based on what they've seen. Then I can send a team to take it down. And that would be COVID. That would be,
COVID compliant. Yeah.
COVID compliant.
And that's my vision, is how to create the point of presence. Now, mobile, modular, and all the things that we can do to talk about your story and the narrative about how all this stuff can bring about economic development, as well as be a solution provider for things known and unknown, but all of the things that really make you a opportunity for Keisha, I, and our network to bring these people in a dog and pony show that qualifies them, that really qualifies them to actually be in the room.
I don't know what I want.
And then whatever we can output for people who are in different states or different venues, just like SMA.
Here's another scenario, right? You know that your main leaders, it could be the LADWP, or it could be a government, a state facility. It can be it can be somewhere that the governors and the senators and the congressmen will pass through, because it needs to be in front of policymakers, and it needs to be in front of the municipal leaders, right? So if it's town hall, there's a big lobby.
Well,
if it's school, there's a big lobby.
We have stakeholders everywhere. I still contend, because of the emergency need in education, to workforce, and all the other social services for people who are falling further and further behind, those stakeholders would be the ones that we would advocate to make sure that they understand that this is something that can help them level the playing field on getting ahead of the understanding where things are going. especially when
Agreed.
you talk about advanced manufacturing, which doesn't happen in this country. And bringing that back to LA or to South LA would be creating the center of the universe in South LA, literally. We don't manufacture anything in this country anymore.
Hey, so just between us, the state of Georgia was given federal dollars to go ahead and create a battery factory. They started building it. They got 40% underway, and the governor now needs a bailout because she didn't have a manufacturer to stand in front of it. So they're trying to get me over there on Monday to see if I would bring our electric motorcycles to Georgia to go ahead and assume that role as their electronics battery producer and motorcycle or transportation producer over there, right?
Well,
So we know that states have these things in their coffers. Today, only a few of us know who I am. A lot of them know who I am.
right.
Tomorrow, a lot of folks will understand how many tentacles Nonavani has out there, right? And there's books, there's a People magazine article, there's another Forbes article that's coming out. This thing is about to gain some momentum. I would like to be able to capitalize on that momentum by having at least a starting point in LA. And if PPE is a starting point, good. Because once we're there, the stakeholders are gonna realize how many other assets we have that we can bring to bear in that market. And then we'll just bring them. Kevin, if they told me that there was a building available for me right now, it would take me literally 3 days to bring my semi-trucks over there, and we're starting.
Wow.
That's why you and I are going to talk later after I go through this, because that's what I'm looking at. And let me just be clear. And part it's my DWP role, but it's not. It's more about what I want to see over in South LA. And then personally, Lyle, I want to make sure you've got the bandwidth to be that mad scientist, but you got to have a group around you. You shouldn't be having to spend this time on the phone with us.
Thank you, love. Hey, actually, that's why I'm excited that you're here, Ms. Keys, because I know that you're gonna have some individuals over there that you already have, some understudies, some proteges that you can equip me with.
Yes.
That you can trust.
So you can go and grow.
And we can
be
just
the best.
go.
Yes.
That's it.
The jobs that we can create for everything else. Kevin, I'm not going to step in. I don't understand enough about the FCC stuff to get involved, but I did hear your comment. I would, for you, Kevin, look at the CSU-5. If you want to start off with a limited pilot to see what that looks like, and that covers the 5 CSUs in LA County and the workforce stuff. DWP, we will never do workforce training directly. We're really good at contracting with the local colleges, community colleges, working with our union. So to be able to share that information on a closed loop system so it gets out to everyone, I think is a great idea, but we have to start small. That's my offering to you. I am here to assist, but I know what I know and what I don't know.
There you go. Well, and this is why I'm so excited but cautious at the same time. I was just elected to the California State University Entertainment Advisory Board. I just put a link in there for all 23 state universities, and I have one shot to get in front of the chancellor to discuss a pilot or some rollout of something, and I don't know what it's going to be, but I've been preserving a opportunity to discuss with the chancellor what the needs are and prioritizing them, so I can put somebody in front of the chancellor. And then there's so that's where I would like to start, because everybody wants to hire four-year university students, and California State University are the #1 employers of the state of California.
Yeah.
So they are the factory for the kind of growth workers that corporations are looking for. I love the community colleges, and we already know USC and UCLA don't need a lot of help, but the California State Universities are lobbying every day to try and get their workforce development program with the governor and everybody else in tow to fortify them.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to break contact. I'll keep the link going, but if you guys just fill me on everything that you can, I'm definitely going to just fall in line and, you know, let me know what I can do to rally around the movement, the momentum.
Hey, Kev, thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks very much. Really appreciate it.
Okay, guys.
Okay, babe.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to switch. I'm going to try to put this on my mobile because I'm hooked up to my Wi-Fi now. So
You know what, Lyle? I'm just gonna call you, and that'll make it easier.
there you
That'll
go.
work.
Okay.
Hey, and leave me your phone number too.
It's in the chat somewhere, but I'm gonna do it now when I find my phone.
Keisha, you've got her cell phone. Just text it to him.
Oh, I have it. I
Okay.
have it, Keisha.
He's got it, yeah.
I got it. Okay.
I'm gonna call you now.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Okay,
All right.
thanks.